Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Hey, and we're actually live. Woohoo! Right. We're still waiting on a Tom to join us. Hey, Caressa! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Nice to see you. How did Minecraft go? Yeah, no worries at all. Just good to see you. Me and Tom were very, very productive between streams. It's finished! We basically did an entire off-camera stream just building this thing. So yes, the mining monster is finally done. It's finally finished. This is one, probably going to explode, and two, a large number of drills on a mobile platform. So what we've got here is what we call in Space Engineers a piston snake. So all of these pistons are nested around this single central point to make it as compact as possible to go as deep into the ground as possible. So each one of these pistons is attached in a weird way to the previous piston. So the first one extends and it pushes all of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it will push the whole lot. I can't remember how many pistons we put on there, but we did that right at the end because, you know, we had to. And I might have got slightly carried away with our drill rig. So, yeah, explosions on this one are on me. Mr. Tom had absolutely nothing to do with the design of that clangtastic monstrosity. Though I really hope we don't have the glitch we had last time. When we were building this, we got the... there we go, pistons. Look, rainbow pistons, because we've got so many. Hey, Panzer! And yes, Panzer, as you noticed, I have had a conversation with Nightbot, and we now have a better understanding of exactly which rules I would like Nightbot to enforce on my Discord. So, yes, me and Nightbot are now sort of talking to each other. Oh, yeah, Panzer tried posting a GIF and Nightbot hit him with a warning, which was not what I intended. So I've told Nightbot to cool off a little bit. The joys of linking your Discord and your Twitch for moderation. Annoyingly though, it still hasn't fixed the friends one. Every time I change it, it keeps reverting it back. So I tested it before I went live and it still wasn't playing ball. Oh, please don't talk in GIFs. That's just me being old though, so... It's fine, Panzer. Right, how many pistons have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pistons, Carassa. I'm sure absolutely nothing will go wrong. Oh, hey, Doverkin. Yeah, Caressa, I will eventually get Nightbot fixed. Ah, Doverkin. Quite a few of my friends are either current or ex Her Majesty's forces, so from what they were saying, it's a difficult life, but a fulfilling one. So, if you go for it and get in, congrats. I have great respect for our armed forces over here. I mean, if he makes Grenadier Guards, then definite respect. Those guys, yeah, those guys are not to be messed about with. Definitely not. Yeah, Dovahkiin and Panzer. We did the off-stream thing. We finally finished the dang thing. It's built. It's finished. It took effectively an entire extra stream that we didn't make you lot sit through us flying backwards and forwards welding blocks. So yeah, it's done. It's finished. And when Tom gets back in, we're going on a road trip. Yes, the British Army definitely is a little on the hardcore side. But yeah, so once Tom gets back, he's just putting his little one to bed. Our immediate plan is we've decided, after we finish building it, we've already decided to modify the design, and I think we decided we're going to put it in here. We're going to cut in one of the new... actually, I might as well get on with it now. We're going to cut in one of the new refineries. So, we are... I do not like how much that wobbles. So, yeah, we're going to put one of these flashy industrial refineries in. That's the plan. So we're going to chuck one of those in there. Would that be anything to do with... Well, I counted at least 2 creeper explosions, Carassa. Is that what you're referring to, or is this something actually more serious than Minecraft going bang? I saw you. No one tell Tom, but the spiders are back. I think there's one underneath me. What do you have for me, Spider? You have computers for me. Thank you for your donation. Oh no! Yeah. Yeah, spiders are evil. In this game, they are particularly evil. Hey! Spider made me break part of my base. Oh, that's the other thing. The rifles in this, you're lucky if the bullet lands in the same, you know, country. Good news is, spiders give you presents. But anyway, back to what I was doing, which is installing Tom's new refinery. Now, we were sensible and we queued all the parts up before we finished construction, so we should have everything ready to go. It's just a case of building it.
Good evening.
Ah, and there is a Tom now. I am just adding the refinery to the mobile base.
Every time. Every time.
Done now.
It's always dark.
Yeah, that is a good point actually. I started the stream and it was daylight. You come along and it's night time.
I bring the darkness.
You are correct, Panzer. Spiders in SE cannot survive a very rapid dose of 762. We had some more guests.
Oh, hurrah.
Last load of bits and that should be done.
It needs one more motor.
Yep, and I apparently didn't have room in my inventory for one more motor.
Well,
There we go.
I can walk up the stairs.
Your requested refinery.
Excellent.
So now you can refine stuff as we go. And later on, once we've got the parts, we've still got access to the ports on the back, so we can add yield modules, which is something we need gold for. So
Okie dokie.
it's yes, Tom is here.
I'm here.
See, I told you he was going to turn up again.
Can you hear me?
See, there he is, the man in orange. Can you hear Tom in chat?
Can you hear me? Am I hearable?
Do we have an audible Tom? We have an audible Tom.
I am audible.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Right then, Tom, I think it's time for a test drive of your new driving rig.
Yes. Oh, I like this. This is useful. That wasn't there.
What, the
steps.
boarding plank or the stairs?
Stairs.
Yes, I decided that stairs might be a useful feature of this vehicle.
Yes.
Right.
The ladder's still here. Yes.
Yes, the ladder is still there. Haven't removed your ladder.
And then, ooh, don't fall down there. Oop.
Right, let's, what state's this in? 8 days of battery, that's not too bad. And 2 hours of runtime.
Where was we going to go
So-
to first of all?
We are basically in the direction you're currently pointing.
Yep.
We're going to go find the nearest iron deposit,
Wasn't it the one that
and
we got stuck in? Was the nearest one?
well, yeah, but that one's nearest cross country. I don't particularly want to try and turn your mining rig right now.
That's fair enough. Right. Let's put,
So
how do I disattach?
the Y button. Should say parking disengaged. You will want to jack your suspension up because we had to lower it for the connection.
How do I do that?
I should have put it on your hotbar. Incidentally, I found your iron.
You found my iron?
Yeah, it's right here.
Uh,
Hang a left. Okay, Karasa. Feel free to lurk.
I can't remember how to move the camera. Oh, it's both of them, isn't it?
Yep,
Oh, yeah, that's really close. Right.
really is.
Oh, thank you all.
As for your suspension, hopefully I put it on your hotkeys. Have you got anything on the D-pad at the bottom while you're in that cockpit?
There we go. 40, minus 24, minus 38, minus 52,
Yeah, keep going.
minus 66, minus 80, minus 94, minus 1.
Keep going.
It doesn't go any further.
Then you're good.
Is that up?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask no questions.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Doverkin.
Ooh.
How badly does it steer?
It's alright. It needs to get moving.
Declutter the HUD so we can watch the majesty of this fine construction trundling its way across the sand dunes. I would go into spectator cam for the proper cinematic, but the last 3 times I've done that in this save game it's crashed, so...
Ooh. This thing is not fast.
No, it's not. It's only going to get slower.
Ooh.
Now, the trick you're going to have is you need to line up that drill on top of the ore.
I think I know where the drill is, so I'm just looking directly from above.
Yep, that'll do it.
Looks about right.
Unfortunately, I don't have a spotlight on this vehicle. Let's have a quick look.
Maybe a little bit further forwards.
Yeah, you could stand to come forward a tiny bit more. Looks good.
Stop! God damn it. Ooh.
Yes, I am assuming, Panzer, that this thing is going to handle worse than most container ships, but it should collect a lot of material.
It's not about the hand.
Right. Are you stationary yet?
I am now, and I think I'm dead on.
You're about as close to it as we're going to get with this, so
Right.
let me come aboard.
How do I activate these beloved drills then?
Well, that's the fun bit. We haven't actually set the drills up yet, as far as I'm aware.
Oh Christ, I better get out then.
Just a sudden thought. We got carried away building it, and I don't think I ever actually set them up. No, I didn't. I did not set the drills up. So, let's set some drills up. First off, let us have...
Oh,
Well, I set your wheels and your batteries up. That's something, I suppose.
we need some cameras on the drill rig so we can actually see what they're doing.
If you can find a spot in that horrific mess of pistons, be my guest.
Oh,
Right, we have rig drills. So so we can lazy mine, I'm going to have an on-off and also a use it as block tool so that if we need to we can do left click as well as right click.
right.
Now, with the pistons, we have two options. We can either try and be clever and work out what 17 pistons divided by 0.1 meters a second is, or we can just manually trigger each piston. What do you fancy?
Well, I like the idea of programming it, but I don't know whether it will go
Cool.
that fine.
It will, because I have a keyboard.
Oh, okay.
So if you can do 0.1 divided by 17 for me, I will set the
Da-da.
pistons up.
0.1 divided by 17 equals 0.006.
Right, keep that number for a second. Right, rig pistons are now a group. We have now got inertia tensor.
Cool.
So, our velocity is, what was it?
0.006.
0.006. Okay. Which means we should be able to just grab a group for all of the pistons, toggle reverse onto that. Oh, hello Ben. Yes, the answer is 2, your universal maths problem. Unfortunately this time it wasn't. Right then, Tom, as this
Pink
is your
snake.
rig, do you want the honours of turning this thing on, or do you want to watch and observe the mess happen?
No, I want to watch and observe the madness.
Okay, the drill should now be on. I do not like how much this rig is already shaking.
Actually,
Fantastic.
once you've got it going, you can just come and watch it as well. Then you can see it on stream, can't you?
Oh, I will be, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Oh my
But,
god,
yeah,
it's
it's
shaking
just
around so
whether you-
much.
I know, tell me about it.
Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break.
Right, let's crank some settings up in this wheel suspension to try and... Jeez, that's rocking all over the place. No, if we put in 2, it would explode. Here goes nothing.
The whole thing is rocking right over the place.
Yeah, we probably need to find a way of landing gear locking this thing to the floor.
I'm thinking pistons.
No, no more pistons.
Why not? Can't you just have downward facing pistons that lift it?
It's going.
It is going, I can see it. I think it was set to go to 25 metres, isn't it? That's the amount of pistons we got.
Oh no, this will just keep going until all 17 pistons are fully extended.
Oh, so it's going to go a lot further than 25 metres now.
Yes.
I can't remember what the distance was I wanted it to go to.
Well, I'm pretty sure the iron that's 18 metres below us is well within striking range.
Oh yeah.
Because all of those pistons together should give us 170 metres of depth.
Oh Christ.
Which is almost the same length as the one that exploded back at base.
Yeah. Wouldn't be shaking if you put 2 in.
Yes, that is a... For those that aren't aware, Pink Viper is an old school friend of mine, and during maths, GCSE I think it was, he decided that the answer to every maths solution is 2, and it works an annoying amount of time.
Don't do that, TV. Shush.
So, we're into the iron.
That's what I get for spending God knows how long flying around.
Right. Let's see how we're doing on materials. So we're already into nearly 200k of stone and over 100k of iron unrefined.
Look at it go!
What's sus, Panzer? Is that his mass theory or our drill rig? Because I'm pretty sure our drill rig is sus, just for the fact it hasn't exploded yet.
God, that iron was so close to the surface.
Yeah, tell me about it. And do you know what? We haven't got a GPS for that one. I'm almost certain we haven't got a GPS for that one.
I think we just literally missed it because we didn't bother looking that close.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, the maths thing is incredibly sus, but unfortunately he actually has his maths teacher to back him up on this one. It is very irritating. Right, notice Panzer, after your comments on our test drill rig, there isn't a hole in this one.
Or was it Panzer who didn't like the hole?
It was Panzer that spotted the hole and told us it was going to give us problems, and he was very correct.
He was correct.
So, credit where due, we now don't have a hole in our drill rig. Oh, that is an incredibly thin iron deposit. That's why it's so close to the surface. We're already through it on one side. In fact, we're already completely through it. It's just a narrow band.
Do you want to bring it back up?
I mean, we can do, but...
Well, it's not like we need loads of stone.
Well, stone gives us iron, silicon and nickel.
We need those things as well.
We will, because that is battery parts, that's glass, that's all sorts.
Oh, okay, so we'll just let it go.
So we'll let it go for another minute or two. I mean,
that made a weird noise.
mainly because I want to see if it's actually going to explode on us or not.
It's very pretty.
It's quite a work of art watching all of those pistons unpack themselves. That is a very modern art bit of sculpture work going on there.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to go wrong with them. I really am. Rarely does this many pistons in Space Engineers in this smaller area go well. So... doing a fair old job of getting down there though. That's, we're not going to have to worry about some of the deeper ores, that's for certain.
Nah.
Right, let's go and see how your storage system's doing up top.
Do like his little tail.
So, how are we doing? Oh, we haven't even filled a large cargo container yet.
That's good.
We do have 1.6 million stone and 500,000 iron though. I think we can start pulling the drill back up.
Yeah.
And that's not including what your vehicle has already started processing.
Oh, is this a process at the same time? Is the refinery working?
Well, don't forget we've got a refinery.
I didn't know
So
if we
yes.
asked it to actually do anything.
Yes, Panzer, I agree with you. The rig belongs on the TV show Moment Second Before Disaster. I fully agree with you for that one. That's our refinery doing. Let's have a look. Hey, come on, let me go up the stairs. I know I'm standing on the drill rig of doom. Yeah, the refinery's chugging away nicely. We've already generated 3k of iron.
Cool.
I think they actually did both, Panzer. I think one was a sequel to the other. I can't remember which way round it is, though. I just know they have both existed at some point. I'm sure Google will have an answer and probably prove us both wrong. So...
Well, it did alright. I know we didn't go down very far, but it did alright.
No.
Did its job lovely.
It worked perfectly.
It's a shame about the speed of it, though.
Well, the speed of it is purely for safety.
Yeah.
Purely for safety. 'Cause, no. Not doing that at high speed.
It's coming up very, very slowly.
What I will say though, because I know what you're like, Tom, don't try and ride it because you'll get crushed by the pistons when it completely collapses.
No, I did think about that. That thought did cross my mind, and I decided that it wouldn't be a good idea.
Yes, Mr. Viper, we did build a 170 metre rig to go 10 metres. This is the 10 metre test cut. We've got some magnesium. Where's it gone? Over this way? Yeah, we've got some magnesium over this way that's like 90 something metres down. So that's what we're aiming for.
Is that what we're going to
That's
next?
what we're aiming for. I think next we are going to get this back to base and get on with our main plan for this evening.
Oh, we got to
Because
get
that's
to
going
the
to take a
thingamajiggery.
while. Well, yeah, we've... Let me turn that GPS back on. Do we have... Station? There we are. Yeah, station is over there somewhere. Actually, let's give it a better colour than that. I mean, it's only appropriate that we give it an orange ship. Actually, I know exactly what colour this needs to be. It's 50. That should do nicely. So we will have a signal way over there.
It's
We're
only
heading for.
32 kilometres, that's not that far.
Yeah. So we've got a 32-kilometre road trip we're planning on doing.
Assuming the assuming the control setup is still good, the bike should be absolutely fine.
Yep, and if it's not, I'm driving the Ripsaw, so... Right. It would appear that this vehicle has forgiven me for managing to run it over last week.
Right.
Yes, I'm glad you now approve of our drill rig, Panzer.
I like it.
There we go. Right. So yes, the plan. Let's tidy up this mess of GPS signals. Because my heads-up display here is an absolute state. Can you tell we were looking for iron? Right. Turn off. Actually, no. We'll leave home base on.
The only ones I've got on are base, home base, and the place where we got to go to.
Yep. I'm just cleaning mine up a bit. So that's where we're aiming for. That's the goal this stream, is to get to that station. If we can manage it, we're going to try and get back as well, but we're definitely going to try and get there. It really depends on how bad the terrain is between here and there. Tom is apparently going to use that little attack bike down there. I'm going to give the Ripsaw a go. I mean, the plan is, Doverkin, that we just hook the drill rig back up to the base. So we have a nice little multi-height connector set up here, so we can connect the drill rig back up straight to the refinery. We may end up building a flying cargo vehicle at some point, just to speed the process up a little bit, but we'll see how this goes for now. I believe Tom's intention is to keep expanding the drill rig of Doom.
Yes.
As more things are needed to be added to it. I mean, the crazy guy wanted to drive that thing 30 kilometres.
I didn't realise how slow it was going to be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Would you like a reversing camera?
It might help. I can't even see if I'm lined up properly.
Let me get you a reversing camera.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
No, that wasn't bad at all. There you go, we have a reversing camera.
I'm not straight onto it.
No. Would you like me to set your camera up? Or would you like to set the camera up?
No, I'm having fun trying to line this up off from the top view at the moment.
That's very generous of you, Panzer. Yes, it's not a perfect rover. I don't think there is such a thing as a perfect rover in this game, though, 'cause you always end up sacrificing something. But yes, as a first rover, it was a pretty good bit of design work.
Which one?
Your mining rig.
Oh, okay.
As a first design, that's a pretty good effort.
What do you mean my batteries are low? I only just changed them.
You were about to have a controller malfunction.
I have no idea how close I am to this thing. Like, lined up was.
Right, you need to stop. And you need to drop your suspension, because I think you're about ready to lock up. That's it. Hit park. Hit Y. There you are, you're connected. You are locked up.
Woo! Did it!
You even did it in such a way that the walkway works.
Did I? I have to get to the walkway from here, don't I?
Ooh, I'm going to go set your reversing camera up.
Okay. That's not bad.
No, not bad at all. Alright, apparently we... Oh, of course, it's got all the other cameras on the grid on it now, hasn't it? Okay, I'll set the camera up later. Next time we take it out, I'll set the cameras up.
Cool.
Well, Panzer, if you're a guy who can make Jesus quality rovers, ever post one up on Mod.io, feel free to chuck it in my Discord server, and I will gladly take a look at it, because I've experimented with a lot of rover designs. I'm always interested to see what other people come up with.
Is this my one? Yeah.
Yep, that's your one. Right, where did I leave the ladder? Did I actually... Oh yeah, I did repair the ladder. Good, good. Right. You good to go? Maybe. Ah! That would do it. That would do it. I was sitting there going, he's awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yes, controller batteries dying would be a problem. Well, in that case, chat, whilst Orion is desperately trying to find some new batteries for his Xbox controller, do you reckon both vehicles are going to make it to that station? What's the thoughts in the chat? Oh, there don't appear to be many. Okay, fair enough. We shall just see what happens then. And for the record, I gave... no, you don't think both vehicles will make it. That's a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment. Oh, he's back. I can hear noises.
I'm here. I'm here.
Excellent.
Oh God, what's happened to the wire? Why have you done that? Okay.
Excellent.
I'm here. Right.
So at the minute, Tom,
Ugh.
the current consensus from chat is Dovahkiin doesn't think both vehicles will make it, and Mr. Viper believes that 50% of the vehicles will make it. Whether that is 50% of each vehicle or 50% of the whole, I'm not quite sure, but apparently he thinks that 50% might make it.
Well, I think I'm going to make it. So, going by that theory.
So it's looking like a bad day for being a Ripsaw then. Excellent. That's what I like to see.
Right. I think.
It kept it vague to cover your odds. Yeah, that sounds exactly like you, Mr. Viper. Right. Are you ready for this epic road trip?
Yes, let's do this.
Excellent.
You're faster than me, aren't you?
Yes, I also need to jack my suspension back up. Because it has to crouch to park.
I just need to
So
test.
I'm going to let you set the pace.
Well, I just need to test something first of all.
Can you do me a favour and turn your antenna on when you get a second so that I don't accidentally run you over?
Yep. No,
Right.
no. Okay. So, I knew this was going to happen.
Right, to quote... Well, actually, no. I believe, Tom, that you may want to just log into chat to see Viper's response of... he's taking the bike, is it too late to change my answer?
Okay.
So, there's a gauntlet for you. Right.
Right.
Right then, can I have your antenna on so I don't run you over, please? Because that is a very real possibility in this vehicle.
Which one is the antenna?
Oh, it should be on your D-pad. It will look like a flat plate with a stick coming out of it. It'll say off.
Everything says on.
It might be on one of the other pages of your menu. If you hold down left thumbstick and hit B and A, you switch panels on your menu. Hey, there we go, we have an antenna. Look, I can see him now. I now have no excuse if I accidentally run him over.
Okay.
as I said, I'm going to let you set the pace.
I haven't finished checking to make sure everything's working properly yet.
Excellent.
It's mainly my air control, because...
If you like air, yes, I know.
There we go. Right, it's not working, but...
But you now know how it's working right now.
Yeah, because it's one of those things... I have to... Oh. I have to turn it off and then back on again in order for it to be on.
Fair enough.
That's a nice little hump, that'll do. Just give me a little bit of air. No! See, this is what I mean, it's stupid.
Okay. But would you care to elaborate on what craziness you're having to set up with your controls?
Basically, I needed to steer the right way when I'm in the air with up and down.
Okay.
Because it doesn't until I turn things off and on again.
Right.
Nope. What do you mean? Honestly. Honestly.
So it's going well then. Oh, whilst Tom is doing this, a little bit of admin, I have actually started posting workshop links for my vehicles, at least, from this series. I have yet to ask Tom to post a link for his blueprint for the mining rig, but I don't actually think he's published a blueprint for it yet, so
You're assuming I know
we'll
how
discuss that. Well, there is also that. But yeah, so the Ripsaw, the mining vehicle, the scout bike are all now in my Discord.
I'm nearly there. I've nearly convinced it to do
There
the right
may
thing.
be a certain element of that, Mr. Viper, there may be a certain element of that.
Right. In theory, it should now be fixed.
It's just interesting to know how complex the setup on that vehicle is. I mean, I know it's only got 2 drive wheels.
Yes! Right.
Right, are you happy now?
I am happy I did. Oh, guess what I found?
What have you found?
Iron.
Iron? Yeah, we've got that one.
Right.
I have got the big ore detector on the Ripsaw switched on, so... Because we are still looking for gold on our route.
Oh, okay.
It's the one resource we don't have a actual beacon for yet, so... Plenty of pretty much everything else, yeah. It's very much a road trip for this evening. I do feel like I'm driving a tank track unit that fell off of a vehicle.
Come on, you can make it up there. Come on. Up, 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 up. Of course you can. It's a good little bike. I will be taking interspersed mouthfuls of food as well at the same time.
Yeah, it was more the fact that the Ripsaw just went, oh, a hill, okay. I have an affinity for this vehicle. I am expecting to break it because I just will throw it at things going, yeah, it's tough enough to take that. And every so often it likes to remind me that this is Space Engineers. And consistency occasionally doesn't happen.
So this is what I like about the bike, is that it's actually... Oh, that's a big drop there. Let's go up this
Oh
way.
look, there's an oasis at the bottom of it. There's ice at the bottom of that.
Is there?
Yep, that's what the dark green grass is.
Actually, I don't
Telling you that there's an ice patch.
I think I've got loads of
There's
ice.
a tree.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
'Cause I remember
we
I
should
took a load
still
of-
have some from when we went mining it last, so...
Yeah, but I took a lot of it out to get your thing back up and running.
That is true. I mean, I've got 5k sat in the Ripsaw if we get desperate.
Oh, yeah, I've got more than that.
Well, yeah, but your power supply is also hydrogen at this point. I've at least got some solar.
No, that's very true. Avoiding the trees, because you never know which ones want to kill you.
Yes, yeah, I want to be able to make vehicles out of whatever the trees are made of in this game, because they are really good at stopping stuff. Dovahkiin, I agree with you, I wish we had the water mod, but my Xbox doesn't want us to have the water mod. Considering that we've been playing with the Reavers mod on our survival server for the last week now.
Reavers? Jet bikes?
And no, not even a week, weekend. And we have had more crashes to desktop from that mod, and that is nowhere near as resource intensive as the water mod. So I just don't think the Xbox could take it. Certainly not the original Xboxes.
So mine might.
Series X might, yeah. Yeah, you are one of the lucky few that managed to get their hands on a Series X.
I got the proper one as well.
Well, yeah, otherwise it would be a Series S, Tom.
It's just an Xbox to me, they all look the same.
Yeah, fair. I mean, they don't, but okay. I'm not going to argue.
I just
Not
want
worth the
PS5s to come back so I can get one of those.
Yes, I know you are very much a PlayStation person, so we don't hold that against you around here.
Okay, now we've only got 25k left to go.
Yeah, we've managed
Let's go this way.
7.
Yeah, it's not bad going.
And for those wondering, I am deliberately hitting the trees with a wheel because the wheels are better at taking the impact from a tree. I'm just trying not to leave you behind.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Yeah! I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
It's just a bit of nearly upside down moment.
You know what, Mr. Viper? If you would like to teach Tom about clang drives, I will leave that in your more than capable hands, because I am not touching those abominations of science.
Clang drives?
Basically, using abuse of the physics engine to propel vehicles.
Okay, this I like the sound of.
Thought you might. Dovahkiin, I'm not a fan of PlayStation, but I don't have a problem with people liking PlayStation, if that makes sense. I just can't get on with the controller, as weird as that sounds.
What's wrong with PlayStation, Dovahkiin?
Oh, I believe I may have found an indestructible tree.
Oh.
Yep.
Your indestructible tree caused me to get stuck.
Yes, and it caused me to lag.
That's what I mean. I lagged, I got stuck and... Right, okay. I'm back on it.
Cool.
Whee!
I'll let you catch up.
See, because the bike's smaller, it feels fast. Oh! It does do things like that.
Yes, it does occasionally end up driving backwards, apparently.
La da 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 da.
I mean, I can't say anything. My one will do a handstand, so... I slammed the brakes on this thing too quickly. It literally stands on its nose. So.
Yeah, I know. And it doesn't like it if another one of those lands on top of it.
No, when we tried stacking them, bad things did happen.
Yeah.
It's weird driving it from the nose-mounted camera, though. I actually have a nose camera on the Ripsaw, and it is very strange driving it from that point of view. Silicon. From what I remember, the ore deposits that we're after are going to be in the bottom of some fairly steep canyons. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's another lag spike. That's not good. Come on, little Xbox, you can keep going.
See, mine will probably do better with handling like running this,
Yeah,
but my internet connection does not.
won't. No.
It'll go bleh.
Yeah, no. Between the two of us, we have the perfect setup for
Yeah.
this. I have the internet connection, you have the Xbox. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, look, more silicon.
I've got a moment of flat. Let's grab some more food.
I'm going to take advantage of my extra speed to just do a quick divert and see what the ore deposit over here is. Nickel and cobalt. Useful, but we've got stuff closer on both counts.
Yeah. Whee!
What sort of speed are you doing at the minute, Tom?
Just under 40.
Meters per second. Fair enough. I will try and keep myself at roughly 40 then.
Need to put rocket jets or rocket boosters or whatever it is, thrusters on this thing.
Well, that's a fairly concise list of the issues you've had with PlayStation, Doverkin. If you've had that sort of issues with it, I can sort of understand you not liking them. Ooh, what do we have here? It's a weird bit of texture. Oh, nice.
Scratch disc
Cool.
up. Nice PlayStation. Have an awful controller. The controller is a matter of opinion, I admit. Because
Yeah, I mean, I don't
prefer
get
the
on with it.
PlayStation controller because I like the fact that the thumbsticks are in the same place. I don't like the Xboxes. I'm going to put one up in the air and one down on the floor. Don't like that.
You see, I still maintain that the best controller that I've used so far is the N64. And
Yeah, that's pretty
the,
good.
The Trident N64 controllers, and I will die on that hill.
No, I can go with that. I like that. I mean, it did require you to have 3 hands, but
Hey, I never had a problem.
that's true. But I like the 64 controller, especially when they brought in the Rumble Pack.
Yes. Yeah. Though, Lord, did it add the weight.
Oh yes.
Especially if you got the Rumble and Memory Pack.
Oh yeah.
That sort of doubled the size of your controller.
The overheating thing, admittedly, on my PS3. No, it was my PS4. It was my old PS4.
Yep.
That did have an overheating issue until I took it apart and found out why it had an overheating issue.
Fair enough.
Because it was
Fair
full
enough.
of fluff.
That would do it. That would do it.
And disc scratching, I don't know. I haven't come across that myself. But
I know some Xboxes have had that. I think it's just whether you get lucky and your disk drives are fine, or
yeah.
whether you get unlucky and get a knackered one.
But I can see how that list of problems would cause you not to want to have a PlayStation.
Indeed.
I mean, in my time, I've had more problems with Xboxes than I have PlayStations, which is one of the reasons why I lean towards PlayStation. But
Indeed.
that's just my luck. So yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yep.
I can completely understand that. I think we're halfway there.
We are, pretty much halfway there. In fact, no, we're over halfway there.
I can't remember
Home base is
what it
18k behind us.
Is it? Excellent.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, don't forget, it's 30 kilometres in a straight line.
Oh yeah.
This line we are taking is anything but straight thanks to curvature of planet.
Oh, of course, yeah. It draws a direct point to point, doesn't it? Not a
Yep.
the planet point to point. Because now we're getting further around the curvature of the planet. It is dropping a lot faster.
Yep. Yeah, that is a straight line GPS.
Physics.
Oh, and I have put my lights on so that you can see me in the dark. Not that it's going to make any difference.
I've got my own personal light on, and it's given me like a tri-beam, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do. 12 kilometers. Oh, bouncy, bouncy.
I mean, I just got as much air as I'm going to get in this thing. Ah, hello, Bowsy. Thank you. This is one of my more sane rovers, actually. This is the Ripsaw. It is up on Mod.io, or you can find it on the Discord. Tom is also driving one of my contraptions. He's driving my attack bike.
I like
You'll
the
find in the
attack
same
bike.
place. Go get a closer look at the attack bike.
Excuse me. You coming closer to me?
I mean, I have a camera, so I can zoom in on you.
That's fair.
We'll get a proper look when we stop, otherwise I will end up running the attack bike over. Oh, incoming tree.
We're less than 10k away.
We are less than 10k away.
Do. Oh, apparently I'm getting sent mixed signals. That's a
mean?
very green tree.
Okay.
The trees down there that are really green. Like,
Oh, yeah, that will mean that there's an ice deposit nearby.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really deep.
I'm not convinced coming up on this ridge was a good idea, you know. No, it wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, this rover is fairly crazy.
I just broke something.
I mean,
I think
it's
just
pretty
some
good
armor
at
plates.
dealing with terrain.
I think I just broke some armor plates and that was it.
Okay, well, if you want to stop and check it out, we can. But yeah, Bowsy, this is actually one of my more sensible rover designs. This has got at least 20 less wheels than my normal rover designs. I hate to say this, Tom, but you're meant to be taking point here. And you're now a kilometre behind me. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I was just grabbing some food while I was out of the bike. It looks okay.
Ah, fair enough. Cool. But yeah, Bowsy, this has got a certain amount of gyro strength. On Earth gravity, it can actually pull a handstand. It can't quite do it on Pertam, but yeah, on Earth gravity, it can actually handstand. Me and Tom have tried stacking them one on top of the other. It did not end well. And if you need a little bit of extra traction, it's set up so you can drop the suspension so that you've got all 10 wheels driving. But I normally keep it a little higher just so that it's got a bit more terrain clearance.
Doing the Beggars Canyon run.
Fair enough. But yeah, the peculiarity of this thing is you do end up steering almost as much with the gyro as you end up steering with the wheels. It does take some getting used to.
Kind of stuck in the ravine at the moment. I am getting closer to you though.
I just thought I'd come up onto the top of the ravine and have a look. Honestly, you want to stay down in that ravine until you get just past me, then you want to try and find a way up on your left.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, in fact, anywhere along your left-hand side now, you want to try and get out of that ravine.
Oh, does it get bad?
Anywhere that you think you can. Well, no, it's just the canyon veers off to the right, and where we're going is off to your left.
Okay.
If you go just past me, there is a sort of ramp-looking bit, but you'll need to better look at it than me. Just on your left now. Sort of it looks like your best bet, but yeah, as I said, you'll have to get a proper look on the ground.
I'll keep following this. It is going up now, so...
Because you want to get up on the left-hand side of that canyon.
Ooh. It's getting a bit tight.
Because the right-hand side of that canyon is a island, effectively.
It is very steep on the left. And the right.
It is. I mean...
I'll find a way. I'll get out eventually.
Even the Ripsaw's struggling with the gradient.
I'm not convinced the Ripsaw will get down where I am.
I mean, I'm not far behind you.
It's got to come out somewhere. Oh. There are more trees. Don't crash into the trees. Go between the trees. Between the trees. Yes.
Between the trees is a good idea, yes.
I think it's made it somewhere useful. It's really opened up out here.
Cool.
Just not convinced I'm going to get up there. That looks promising.
I have just done the weirdest bit of driving ever to get the Ripsaw straight up the cliff, where you said it wouldn't go.
It was the pathway. I didn't think you'd actually just fit in the pathway, to be honest.
That's why I decided to go up the cliff.
And I think this might be what I need. Try it. No, it's way too steep still.
Let's get back closer to you. But yeah, so...
I'm now travelling further away from the base, but I haven't found...
I am aware, but yeah, you need to get out that canyon.
Yeah.
It does look like it's getting shallower.
Come on. Ooh. See if I can get a bit of momentum up. No, not gonna get up there.
By the looks of it, you're almost at the end of the canyon, or does it double back on itself? Oh no, it doubles back on itself. Excellent.
Great.
I mean, we've got resources on Ripsaw. You can always go up on the right-hand side and we'll just put a bridge across.
Let's keep looking. I think I have a slight amount of left here. I have some left.
You do have some left. I'm now just to your left as well, incidentally.
That looks like I... I'm now heading back towards it again, so...
You are indeed.
Whee! Spinny spin. Oop. I can see.
What I need is a version of the Ripsaw with a flat plate across the top of it. So we can just wedge it at an angle and you can use it as a giant ramp.
No, I don't want to go that way. I've got to get up here somewhere then. I think I don't have a lot of choice in the matter now. Got to be a way to get up here.
Right, what do we have in Ripsaw's inventory? Okay. Have we got anything queued up? No, we haven't. So let's queue up some plate. Yeah, a tow cable would be perfect right now, about now, Doverkin.
Yep. I can't believe how it's all this steep.
Yeah. I mean, you know it's a pretty good cliff when I struggled to get this thing out of it. The only reason I managed to get Ripsaw out is because of the sheer amount of gyro power on this thing. I basically hooked the front wheels over the top of it and then just pivoted on them.
I see something.
It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Remember that you're currently driving down a canyon.
Oh. Oh. It's going up. It's going up.
What I will say about this area of Pertam is there are no resource spots anywhere around. This is just... Oh, as I drive over one, that's the first one I have seen for absolute miles. And it's nickel.
I found silver.
Oh, have you? Awesome.
Do we need silver?
No, gold's the one we're looking for.
Okay.
Annoyingly, that is the only one on this planet we haven't found yet is gold.
Oh my god. I keep thinking, oh, that bit doesn't look too steep. And then it's like
And then you
the
actually
path
get to
goes
it.
down and it creates a cliff.
Yep. Oh, hello. Well, I found something to do while you're trying to find your way out of that tunnel.
Okay.
Because I just found gold.
You found gold?
I found gold.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Don't get stuck. What are you getting stuck on? There's nothing there to get stuck.
Right, so I need to drop the suspension down. Let's not drill directly underneath my own wheels.
You found gold!
Indeed. So now we go and mine some, or I do at least. Come on, keep going.
I found you!
Ah, excellent.
Moment to
Stuff your face?
stuff my face.
Cool, you do that. I'm only going to grab one inventory's worth of gold just for now, just to give us something. 'Cause it is a long way from base. We do not want to be... Well, we're definitely never getting your drill rig out here. That's for certain.
Not all that canyon.
No. Hey, gold. There we go. Oh, that's a horrible hole that I dug. Right. There we go. Come back, gold. Alright. Halfway there, halfway to a full inventory. It's a big old gold deposit though. Okay, we are inventory full. Let us drop the stone to pick up. Go away, stone. Apparently that bit of stone just wants to stay in my inventory. Right. Is that all the gold? Oh, no, there's a lump of gold all there. Right, that's it, I'm full. I can't be bothered to faff about. Yeah, a little bit more variety would have been nice. I was sort of hoping that heavy industry was going to give us that, Dovahkiin. Because, you know, industry, more stuff to build, that would have made sense. But no, they went with... more stuff to build with, which sort of works, I suppose. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not complaining about the extra blocks we got. Those were a welcome addition. Yay, we've got 3.7k's gold to our name now.
Yay, for gold. Right. I'm going to start trundling towards the thingy and try not to fall into a ravine again.
You trundle. I've just topped off my hydrogen bottles after that little mining adventure. And why am I carrying... Ugh. My inventory's a mess. Right.
What have you got?
It's alright, for some reason I've got my rifle and my pistol on it.
It's all about the beams.
Yes! No, I am on board with you 100%.
Oh, what, the I-beams?
The I-beams are the best thing they added in that mod pack. It's like the Warfare update. No, that wasn't the Warfare update, that was the Corridor update.
Corridor update?
It added a load of new passageway blocks, which look really cool and allow you to make really nice ship interiors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no one cares about the fact we got, you know, a couple of new rifles and some pistols and a rocket launcher. No, that was the passageway update.
To be honest with you, the weapons in this, most of the time I can't see much use to them, but then again, I haven't come across many enemies.
Well, that's because there aren't on a planet. The main enemy you'll find on planets are spiders, and they're not even on all of the planets. And even when we get into space, we'll have to go looking for stuff if we want to, you know, deal with pirates and things like that, trade ships and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They won't come looking for us unless we go and make them angry.
I found a slight problem with this terrain.
What's that?
It's really difficult to tell where it's
When
not
you're
flat.
airborne? Yes.
I know it's
Yeah,
easy
I
to tell
am-
when I'm
I'm-
not when I'm airborne because I stopped leaving marks on the floor.
Yeah. Well, I've just worked out a way of me finding out. If I switch to my camera view, you can definitely tell. Hey, there's the safe zone.
Is it in a dome?
It's in an energy field called a safe zone. Safe zones are great. You cannot take damage inside a safe zone.
Oh, that'd be useful.
You also cannot grind things or weld things inside a safe zone.
Oh, so you can't repair things.
No. Well, not inside these safe zones anyway. We could build a safe zone ourselves, but we really don't need to.
No, that's fine.
They only work on... well, they only work if we've got people attacking us, and we don't, so...
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about there. Incidentally, Tom, on your left.
That's alright. I slowed right down.
As the giant ripsaw comes charging in towards you.
I can just drive straight through this, yeah?
Yes. Boom! And there we go.
We made
Welcome to your first
it.
trade post.
We made it. Woo! Oh. There we go.
If you're alright.
Yeah, yeah, the world disappeared below me.
Oh, excellent. Right then. Let's go and have a look and see what flavour of trade outpost we have.
Fingers crossed for strawberry.
Okay.
Ooh!
There's a door there.
For some reason my jetpack turned on again.
Yeah, it's because you got to the top of the stairs. Right, so, trade posts. First good thing, they're pressurised.
Okay.
So, you don't have to worry about suffocating in one of these, which is very nice.
I thought it was pressurised
Um,
outside anyway.
No, well, it is on this planet,
Yeah.
but these are always pressurised. So, these things always have a vending machine for quick stuff. You actually have to use the buttons on the right hand side, but I wouldn't worry about getting anything from that because we're going to look at the proper store in a second. So, there's two store blocks in here. We have a contracts block and we have a store. So
Cool.
we want to have a look at the store first to find out what we've got.
So this one.
Yep.
Ooh.
And it's a components dealer.
Okay. Clang Cola.
And yep. Now we can get superconductors. We can get thruster components. We might be okay. Right, so Stream. I was talking to Tom about this before we started, and we're trying to work out how we reach our end goal. So our end goal is to make a jump-capable ship, take it off from the surface of the planet, and make a jump. That is the goal for this stream, because at that point, whatever ship we've built will be Tom's starting ship on our survival server. That was the plan. Now, the main problem we have for building jump drives is we don't have access to the materials needed for superconductors and thruster components. And reactors. Looks like we still don't have access to reactor components, so we're going to have to go off-world mining for uranium. But we can get thruster components and superconductors here. So that's 2 out of our 3 big problems we can buy with space credits. But we need to earn space credits, because we aren't going to afford them otherwise. So, let's have a look at the contracts. So there's a few different types of contracts in here. The main ones we're going to want to be looking at are acquisition or search. We aren't going to be able to do hauling because that'll ask us to go off-world. Oh, will it? Let's have a look. Yes, 7,000 kilometres. That's an off-world contract.
Yeah.
There won't be bounties because there aren't other players on here. And we won't get repair because we're not in space. Yeah, basically a small Corvette. That's what we're going to end up building. So, search contracts will give us a rough area and something to go and look for. It's a small package with blinking lights on it.
Okay.
The problem with search contracts is they don't pay very well. What we want to do is acquisition. The problem with acquisition contracts is they're really difficult at this moment. We are really going to struggle with some of those.
Why are we going to struggle with those?
Well, if you look at the acquisition contracts, so you can filter your contracts at the top where it says show all.
Yep.
Filter that to acquisition. The ones we really want to do are, well, the one we want to really do is the 5 million space credit one.
Yep.
Because that is pretty much all the money we're likely to need at this point, if we're just buying the odd component. Trouble is, that requires us to supply this base with 66 uranium ingots.
Which we can't get at the moment.
Which we can't get because we aren't in space.
Right.
So, that's the issue we're going to have. Now, the lower valued stuff, like 232 interior plate, we can probably do that. That wouldn't be too tricky.
But it's not worth a lot.
But it's not worth a lot. Even 88 power cells, we can do that. But again, it's still not a lot of value. So yeah, we're going to have to decide at this point, do we want to try and earn some of these contracts to buy the parts, or do we just build ourselves a space-based miner and go and try and find the materials ourselves? Now, this is your playthrough, so I'm going to leave this in your hands.
So we either need,
either way is doable.
So we either need something that's going to get us into space to stop mining in space, or we
bring the resources back down to build a proper ship to do the jump.
I don't mind doing that.
Okay.
Rather than doing
Fair
contracts. So I think it will take a long time to do all of those.
Yes. Now, what I will do, because we start with a small amount of space credits. You start with 10,000.
Yep.
What I'm going to check is, do they have any data pads with other stations' details on? No, they don't. Well, that's annoying. Because what I was hoping is we could get our hands on another station location, which may have been more useful to us. But it doesn't look like it. Unless there's one in the vending machine. Oh, we can always come and buy ammo here though, that's useful.
Yeah.
Nope, just displays. No data pads.
Oh, what's this? What's an
What? Oh, that's an ATM. So if you're in a faction, you can deposit your space credits into your faction's bank balance so that every member of it can withdraw them and use them.
Oh, okay.
Right then. Anyway, that's what the trade posts look like. I mean, this is what a trade post looks like. They come in loads of different shapes. That goes up to the vehicle landing pad on the roof.
Oh, is this?
That's for if you fly in here and land on the roof. Or if you've got a big enough rover, you can dock to the port on the side of it. Right. Actually, what is my ammo situation right now? 5 magazines for the rifle and 14 for the pistol. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right. Back to the vehicles, Tom.
There is a beacon.
That's how we found this place.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a big old... So that's if you want to dock something up here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my mobile base on our server connects to. To give you a sense of scale.
Yep.
I drive up level with that. And that's just above my wheels. Good news is, you're in a safe zone. So, no damage. You can just jump off.
Can you?
Yeah, there's no damage inside a safe
Oh
zone.
my god. Yes.
It is a perfectly viable tactic if you are bringing a ship in from orbit and it's gone wrong and you're running out of fuel. If you can aim at a trade station and hit the safe zone, you will not take any damage.
Yeah, that's useful.
Not that I've done that a couple of times.
I'm just going to take this out of the safe zone for a second so I can do a quick bit of repair work.
Cool. You need some parts.
I don't think I need parts, it's just more... It looks alright, it's just things bent. I'm missing an outside bit by the looks of it. Maybe not.
Alright, let's come and have a look and see what you did, because I haven't actually looked at this since you damaged it.
I think I'm missing a few blocks. It's the usual thing that happens to this thing.
Ah, so you've knocked off a few of the front bumpers.
Yeah, basically. Which is what
Oh,
they're there for.
you've knocked off quite a few of the front bumpers.
Have I?
Yeah, you're missing a fair number of blocks there. Let me grab some steel plate.
But these things get bashed all the time because they poke out.
Well, that's the point of them.
Yeah.
They get bashed, so something more important doesn't. That's the general rule on these.
Yeah, these little tiny wheels.
Yes.
Are they for like making little robots and stuff like that normally?
Yeah, they're for really small vehicles. Like if you're in, want a little sort of golf buggy almost for driving around inside a spaceship.
Yep.
That's the sort of thing they'd be good for. I don't want those, right.
Okay. Definitely thinking some rockets on here though.
Oh yeah, there's already the mounting points for some hydrogen thrusters.
Yeah.
Wrong one, I want that one. There we go.
Plenty of ice.
Yep. There we go. Wow, you took some serious chunks out of this thing.
They're always doing that front bit.
Clearly did not build the front of this vehicle with a Tom in mind.
As I said, it's got sticky out bits, they're going to get caught on things.
Alright. Yeah, those sticky out bits are so that you hit those instead of fragile stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing their job.
Exactly.
They're doing it quite well, in fact.
But they wouldn't
Right.
get it if they weren't there.
True. Something else would. Anyway,
Right. Where are we going then?
home.
Okay.
We are heading back. Oh, I can do the ripsaw. Come on. There we go. So, we've got half an hour to make it back home.
We should be able to do that.
It took us more than that to get out here.
Yeah, but that's because I fell in a ravine.
True. And just for the benefit of stream, we had discussed that if that was a trade post that sold ready-built ships, we were actually going to try and do enough contracts to buy a ship rather than build one.
Yeah.
Just for something to do. So that's why we decided we needed to do a trade post visit. Whee!
Whoop.
Yeah. Well, again, I would love to go full power, but I would unfortunately leave Tom's attack bike a significant distance behind. And as all good D&D players know, you never split the party. Even if it's only a party of 2, you never split the party.
Ooh.
Because the second you do, it will all go
Peak Tom.
like that.
I'm alright. I'm used to this thing
No, but you
spinning
could
out
not
on
have
me.
timed.
Yeah.
You could not have timed that spin out better. And I know you can't deliberately spin that bike out because I've tried and so have you.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens.
Basically, what happens is one of the stabilizers digs into the ground
Oh, okay.
and just temporarily catches, even though it's set for 0 friction and no power.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for us to come over one of these ridges and just find canyon. So I reckon if it's narrow enough, I might actually get the ripsaw stuck spanning a canyon.
That would be funny. That
It
would
is
be
long
stream
enough.
over.
No, it wouldn't. Nah, we can get the ripsaw out of that.
I've noticed that if I can land this thing on its back wheel, it does take away most of the damage that I would sustain.
Yes. So Tom, we've got resource gathering sorted, because as we proved with that one little punch, and it wasn't even a proper full drill punch from your mining rig, we can get resources now.
Yeah.
I believe that means it's time for you to go back to the design board and start designing our first mining ship to try and get up into space.
Yes.
So, creative design stream next Sunday?
I'm thinking so.
I think you are right. So yeah, it will still be technically Survival Sunday, but yeah, we will be...
It's Design Survival Sunday.
It is, it's designing for survival.
Because you're allowed to design, because you don't have the ability to draw blueprints. And that is essentially what we're doing for creative, is drawing a blueprint.
Exactly, and as someone that works in an engineering related field, you don't just try something, you test it, you design it.
Yeah.
Because I have had this argument with a couple of people on the Space Engineers Discord over the last year of true engineers build it in survival and see what happens. If you want to do that, more power to you. But that isn't what engineers do.
No.
Engineers find the most tried and tested method of doing something and use it.
Yeah, and
Because the last thing you want on a construction project or design or anything is a surprise. You get enough of those anyway. Oh, I think we found the canyons again. Actually, I think we may have bypassed the canyons. Yeah, they're off to my left.
I say you're like a kilometre to my left at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, I just sort of pointed at base and drove.
That's what I did, but it seems to be taking me in a different way.
Hmm, interesting. Yeah, I've just dropped down off of that plateau.
Oh, okay.
Yep, designed for a full 5-deck space station. You would indeed design that. In fact, you would design every little bit of that. And no, Davakin, I haven't forgotten you asked. As I said, there's a channel on my Discord. What would I use? What I would do is decide what the purpose of said station was. Does it need to be 5 decks? Can you make it in 2, 3, 4, 1? You know, what do you need it to do?
Ooh. That was a bit of a...
Space stations don't just exist, they need a reason for existing. Is it a trade hub? Is it a construction platform? Is it a processing centre? Is it a refueling stop? Is it a military base? You know, all of those will have a different design and a different purpose. And the more you spread that design out, you know, the less specialised you make it, the less efficient your design's going to be.
Oh, that's going to have done
All
some
right, over
damage. Yeah,
Oh
I just
dear.
crunched the front end of the bike. That's why I've got bumpers.
It is why you have bumpers, it's why those bumpers are particularly tough.
Yep. And I discovered a control in the gyro that I didn't know I had.
Ah.
If-
Which control was that?
If you hit left bumper and do left and right on the right
Oh,
stick, you can
pitching
rotate
your-
it.
Yeah.
You know, there's times when we got it stuck on, when I got the bike stuck on its side.
Oh no, because when I got in said bike to unstick it, that's the first thing I tried.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't try that. I didn't know I could.
Ah, my apologies. Yes, that was the first thing I tried. Every time we roll a vehicle, that is literally the first thing I try. Is, can I barrel roll it?
But it's made getting through this a lot quicker.
Excellent.
It's a lot easier to control. Obviously, it only works really well when I'm in the air, but
Yes. Yeah. Right, so you really want a huge, great central base type station, Dovahkiin. That is going to be huge. I mean, just making new ships is going to be, well, you'll want a dry dock, which in this means you're going to want a piston-mounted welder face with a projector, so you can print a ship. The HQ bit, that's fairly easy. That's just a few decorative rooms, stuff like that. Military base means you're going to have to make it out of heavy armour, you're going to have to arm it. Refueling ships, depends what your ship's fuel source is. If it's uranium, that's nice and easy, just connectors, but if they're hydrogen powered, you're going to then need a tank farm that's heavily defended. Yeah, that is going to be an absolutely gigantic construction, what you're talking about there. I don't think 5 decks is necessarily the design brief you're worried about there. That's just going to be really dang big space station.
I think we should make a Blackstone Fortress.
We're not making it to scale, I know that much. That sort of shape is doable in Space Engineers.
That's why I picked that as opposed to, say, Deep Space Nine.
That has been done in Space Engineers.
What, round?
Yep. The same way you can do circles in Minecraft, you can do circles in this.
Oh yeah, but that's not truly round, is it?
It is when you start playing with the round blocks. And if you get the right 2x1 slopes and ramps and stuff like that, you can make something that is incredibly close to circle. Right, we were really close together. You seem to have veered off from each other again.
No, we're actually closer now than we were earlier on. 'Cause you were like a kilometre away from me.
Yeah, we were then down to about 300 metres.
Was we? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You are ahead
We
of me
did
again.
pull.
I can see you.
Yeah. Cool. I've just found a nice valley that we might be able to cut through. In fact, I think this is the valley that I cut through when you went over the top.
Yeah, I was just about to follow you through that this time. We're nearly there.
We are. This is great. My Ripsaw apparently has just enough momentum that I don't really need to keep pushing forwards.
Yeah, I don't have
Its
that.
mass is enough.
I got
I only
nowhere
have
near
to
that.
poke the accelerator every so often, but only because I'm staying at like 35 meters a second mostly. Just ignoring that world scene that we just drove past. Do we have enough to get up this without me pushing accelerate? Yes, we do. Oh, but it did completely kill our speed at the top. Okay, time to accelerate again. Hit the bottom of it at like 30 meters a second, reach the top of it at 10. Tom, you might want to... Oh, actually no, we can get out the end of this valley. Well, I can get out the
I was
end of
going to
this
say,
valley.
you might be able to.
You can, there's a narrow bit to the left.
Are you sure?
Actually, to be honest, Tom, did you see where I crossed?
I did. I don't think
There's a
I'll be
very narrow cut there you might actually be able to fit through.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, reactor powered makes it a lot easier refueling.
Ooh, that's an
Because
interesting
literally-
mark.
Throw uranium in, off you go.
What's
What you
blue?
found? Is that the... Oh, is that the grey blue?
Yeah.
I believe that's ice.
I haven't got anything come up.
How very odd. It may well be a texture glitch then.
Not going to make it that way. That's right, I will catch up. I've just got to go a slightly different way.
Oh, that's alright. As I said, it turns out the bit I went over has actually got quite a nice saddle valley by it that you might fit through, but I don't know if you've passed the point of no return at that stage.
Oh, I'm very much past the point of no return. I'm probably going to need repairs again.
Ah, okay. I'll start queuing up some more steel plate.
I'm back.
Just taking the opportunity. Excellent. Well, I've got some steel plate ready to go, actually.
I haven't actually looked. It doesn't look too bad.
Carrying on?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
I've got plenty in it left for protection. I'm not worried about that. Though getting up
Cool.
there might be interesting.
Well, why don't you go round it?
Okay, this way. I've probably made another mistake. I don't remember all of this stuff being here last time. Should be able to make up that though. Rockets.
I need to stop doing this with Ripsaw.
Definitely rockets. I need rockets.
I need to stop deliberately climbing up walls with the Ripsaw.
Why? It's fun.
Yes, but it looks ridiculous.
That's kind of the point, isn't it? Ooh.
You'd be saying a bit more than that if you'd just seen the way I came up that particular hill. And this stream is what I was talking about when I said I will eventually get so overconfident with my driving of this vehicle that I will break it. Is when I decide to do things like I just did. I got away with it that time. Probably not going to happen every time.
Yeah, Sniff Bike's doing alright. I don't know what Viper was saying. It's absolutely fine. Who else said that we weren't going to make it? Was it Devakin?
Dovakin reckons that we were going to lose a vehicle.
Even without doing the repair work that we did when we got to the safe zone, this would have made it. And yours is a completely different ballpark.
No idea what you could possibly mean, Tom. No idea what you could possibly mean. I decided to follow you this time.
That's fair.
Rather than sticking to the boring flat.
So this is fairly flat. I mean, I'm at an angle and going up a hill, but...
Oh yeah, I just looked at my artificial horizon unit. Oh yeah, this is not as flat as it looks. I mean, Dovakin, as much as I am flattered by how much you think of my ability as engineering, my practice of engineering is not in space station construction. Far from it. I don't mind giving you advice, but I don't think I am going to have time to actually get into the game with you and help you build something. I have a very busy schedule, unfortunately, so you will be waiting a very long time if you ended up waiting for me. But as I said, I don't mind giving advice. That I will freely do.
Build it like the International Space Station in space, one room at a time.
But yeah, I mean, that is a very sensible way of approaching it, Tom. Don't worry about building the whole thing. Pick one element of it. So, from what you've just described, you know, start with the shipbuilding bit. Start working out the printer. If you want to see how I do it, Wednesday's stream. I built a printer. Nope. Back into the rougher stuff again. Oh, this was the tiny little gorge that had an oasis at the bottom of it.
You drove over that one, didn't you?
Maybe.
We're nearly there.
We are nearly there. And we're almost on time. This is a very un-601st thing for us to do.
Yeah, what's going on?
We've both arrived where we're meant to be and we're on time.
Yeah.
No, we're early. If we were doing this the 601st way, we'd either be turning up in something that was on fire,
Ooh.
and still turning up in the wrong location.
No, it's good. It's funny graphics. It's fine. Nothing's broken.
Okay, so we still may get the vehicle on fire bit.
Ooh, more funny graphics. Bumpy, bumpy. It's all good. I'm fine.
looks like with my current suspension settings, I'm maxing out at about 50 metres a second.
Well, so you're not that much faster than me then.
No, I've got the speed limited.
Oh, okay.
It is the only reason this thing's going that slow.
I can see our windmill.
I can. It's a wonderful landmark, isn't it?
It is. I also think I can see the top of my beast.
I can see most of your beast, so I would imagine you'll end up seeing the top of it soon.
Is it just to the right of the tower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess what, Tom?
What?
I'm sat on top of another iron deposit.
Are you?
Yep.
How deep is that one?
40 metres.
Shall I bring the thingy over since we've got time?
You can if you want, yeah. If you think you can get it turned around fast enough.
Oh, floor's gone see-through. There we go.
Oh, that's not good.
I should have parked closer to it. Did I put a survival kit on this thing?
What, your big crawler?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put 2 on it.
Did I?
Yep. Just realised if I park the Ripsaw, it's going to get completely in the way of where you're about to try and drive. If I put it on its connector. So I'll park over here for a moment.
This thing has got a turning circle of a very, very big tank.
Well, funny you mention that. Tom needs to know about the hounds. Oh, do you mean the wolves? Yeah, we don't have to worry about those in this. We don't have Earth-like on our saves, so we haven't got to worry about wolves. Fortunately, not in this game.
Okay. I swear this is steering worse than it was before.
No, it was just that bad. I think the difference is you're more used to driving the bike now. Yeah, that is a very good point, Viper. Most of tanks do turn on the spot.
I know.
I think tanker might be a better.
Oh my god.
Irons.
Come on.
And here we see the lesser spotted mining rig, desperately trying to turn to find its prey.
It's just not going. It's not doing anything.
Alright, stream, he's got 6 minutes. Do you reckon he's going to get over to the iron deposit before the end of the stream?
Oh, definitely not. It seems to go... It seems to go left better than it goes right.
Oh
And it's
dear.
drifted. I've got the parking brake on and I'm still going backwards.
There's a good chance then it's probably still full. Or, well, I say full. Still heavy.
Right, I need to think of a way of dealing with this.
Nope. Right, we've got one no vote for you getting here in the next 6 minutes. Now 5 minutes.
Where am I going?
Where I am.
Where are you? Is that...
I've parked the little doom buggy.
Oh, I see it.
I am now broadcasting.
It'll be alright once I get moving.
Well, in fact, where you want to be heading is slightly... As you're approaching me, it'll be to the right of where I am. Yes, I can understand why you might make that slight error there, Ben.
Oh, the things I'd say to him, but I'm not allowed to swear.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. I have politely asked Tom not to swear on stream. So, right, the spot you're aiming for is... Ooh, actually, either of these will do. This one's closer to the surface.
Oh. Well, it's going that way.
Cool,
Don't know.
I'll get out of its way then. I will get out of its way.
Let's go like that. Ooh.
Can he stop on the ore deposit?
No, of course I can't.
Nope.
I've got the parking brake on and it's still not stopping.
May I suggest using a combination of reverse and forwards to bring it to a halt before applying the parking brake?
It's still not stopping. Come on.
Right, let as much fun as I'm having sitting here laughing, let me see what I can do with your wheel settings. Right, what are we set on?
I still had it in thingy.
Right, let's give you a bit more wheel friction. Let's give you a bit more wheel power.
Oh, that's making a difference. I'm actually getting up the hill.
Yeah, I thought that might. Let's drop the speed limit down. Because that means you can just give it full beans and not worry about going too stupidly fast.
It won't actually go up the hill. I'm in full reverse
Right.
and I'm going back forwards again.
What about now?
Give it a try. Come on. Oh, this is looking promising. How's that?
Yep. More armor blocks would be good, Dovahkiin.
I don't know what's going on with the...
You know what? I would say a bit further backwards, but I don't actually know if you've got that in the vehicle right now. Oh, it's going slowly. That extra power I've given you seems to be working.
How's that?
It'll do.
Right.
I have declared it will do.
Okay. So...
Now, all the controls for your drills are now on your hotbar.
Okay. Can you see my drills?
I will be able to in just a moment. I can see your drills.
But that's drill. I pressed it.
Right, so that's
Well,
on and off. That is
cool.
now on.
And
You should now have a piston-looking thing.
that's not doing anything.
Remember, they move really slow.
Oh shit.
You done?
I don't know whether that's... I pressed it, I don't know whether it's actually doing anything. It doesn't have an on-off.
No, it's a reverse button.
Okay. Is it going? Can you see anything moving?
Get up pistons. Are we moving pistons? We are moving.
Excellent.
Did you lower the suspension? There we go. Right. It looks like it had mostly emptied it from last time.
That's right.
Yep, we've hit iron.
Yay! Very shallow.
Yeah. And you know one of us is driving into one of these holes at some point in this series.
Yeah.
I may actually take to plating over the top of these. Oh, that's a good chunk of iron that's coming in now.
See, what I was thinking of doing is once it's gone all the way down, bring it back up, drive it forwards a small amount and repeat. So I make channels.
Oh, that is the best way of doing it. We've already got another 300k of iron.
Just let it go.
Don't think we're running out of iron anytime soon.
Yeah.
Or if we do, I want to know what we've built.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it?
It is. No, looks like we're still going into the iron. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a proper iron vein.
Well, that's good. None of the things were coming up. The deposits.
There we go.
Soon I've got two of the things on this. Were they turned on?
Don't know, but we're through the iron. It was another thin crust again.
I'm tempted just to leave it going. See what
I
happens.
reckon what will happen is we'll end up with an absolute ton of stone.
Oh, okay. I'll get back in and turn it off then.
I'm just making sure. Yeah, your detectors are on. Ah, but your detectors are only set to 75 metres.
I don't even know how to change that.
Well, I've now set them to 150.
Oh, okay.
And as I'm in here, I might as well reverse everything for you. As I'm already there.
Cool.
So that should be on its way back out.
It is, slowly but surely.
Cool. And just in time for us to finish the stream there.
Yeah.
So, what we will do, stream, is rather than making you sit through the what could be quite a painful process of waiting for this to withdraw from the hole and then driving back over and parking it up, we will leave you guys here.
Yep.
Yeah, we are going to end up making some manhole covers, Bowsy. That is now definitely on my list of things to build on this server, is some way of patching holes in the ground. We seem to be leaving a few. And whilst I'm pretty confident the Ripsaw will just, you know, bounce over them, I can imagine us losing an attack bike down one of these.
Yeah, very easily.
And we aren't getting that back if we've drilled all the way down that far. You know, little trench like we've just dug, not a problem. We actually go for a deep ore vein, we're never seeing that vehicle ever again. Right, who's the learner sticker comment aimed at, Panzer? Who's that aimed at? Because I remind you that the idea of this series is I am teaching Tom how to play Space Engineers because he's never played before. And we're only on 11 weeks of it. So, please keep in mind, Tom is actually quite new to this game.
I'm very new.
And most of what he's learned, you've seen on stream. So, anyway, thank you all for coming along. We will give the links a quick shout. So right, so if you want to catch up on any of these episodes, you can find my VOD archive there. If you want to catch up with me, I now have a Discord. Which is that one. And apparently some of the links on this aren't cooperating, but I will give it anyway. This is Davakin, Artemis Blackfire, and Karasa's Discords, who are part of my little friends network at the moment. I beat you to it, Davakin. There was a race there. I beat you to it. But yeah, so... You're right there.
Yeah, I was just looking at things.
Cool. So, there are all the links to the everythings. I will be back on Wednesday doing the final bit of prep for my PvE server restarting on Friday. So I have done a little bit of off-camera work on that. So you can come and laugh at the ridiculous creations that I've come up with for that. And then myself and Tom will be back on Sunday with Tom designing his first orbiter. So that should be an interesting experience. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming along. I hope you had fun. I will hopefully chat with most of you on Discord between now and next stream. If not, see you next stream. So, good night everybody.
Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.